Passionate one.
Feel like your zero-budget supervillain film's all fairy-tailed up with Home Depot production design, prostitution actors, obnoxious Looney Tunes sound effects, thrift store costumes, and a Rumpelstiltskin who looks like Jared Leto's Joker if he was strung out on heroin and living under an overpass? We've got all that and much, much more with Sinister Squad, not Suicide Squad. And before we flush it, we're going to take it out and play with it a little. Restroom Cinema. We're here to flush it, so you don't have to see it. Greetings, everyone. I am Honor Knight, your head cinematic flusher right here in the restroom. As always, I'm joined by my lovely co-cinematic flusher, Midwest movie mogul, Colleen Griffin.
Hey, hey, hey.
Raging Buddha B-movie queen Norcrest is out of the restroom this week. Sitting in for her is one half of the all things zombie-related podcast called More Brains. Please welcome Dee Dee Moreau.
Hey, nice to be back.
Also joining us as part of our extended co-flushing team this time out are two of the contributors for the Brotherhood of Evil Geeks website. EvilGeeks.com reports on all the latest geek-related news found in movies, TV, games, and comics. Please welcome Undies of Wondy and C-Mart.
Hey!
Blockbuster's Paul Hawkins and his nefarious butler Jeeves are out of the restroom this week as well, but they did spend some time reading the writing on the restroom wall regarding this week's cinematic turd. Take it away, Jeeves.
Hello there, Mr. Knight and friends. It's Jeffrey here, back to tell you all about Sinister Squad. It comes from that powerhouse of C-movies, Asylum Pictures, and... oh, hold on.
The next time I tell you to button my buns, I expect you to use...
Sorry about that. Anyway, this blatant Suicide Squad ripoff has 2.3 stars on IMDb, 20% audience rating on Rotten Tomatoes, because only one critic bothered to see it and rate it, and stars no one you've heard of. The CG is laughable, the acting gives the profession a bad name, and... oh shit.
Hold on, I'm going to my room. Don't bother me for at least 5 minutes. Hey, what the... Jeffrey? Who are you calling?
Bye, chaps. Talk again soon.
You little fuck...
Film should have been called either Once Upon a Crappy Film or Overacting Squad.
Oh,
There
yeah.
was definitely some like community dinner theater acting going on in this one.
I've seen dinner theater that's better than this.
Yeah, much.
Ugh.
Sinister Squad.
That would be the Mad Magazine parody of
That
it.
Nice. I like that. Bravo.
All right, we may give it to Griff with the win on that one. That's good, Sinister Squad. The tagline on the poster, guys, I didn't know if you noticed, it reads super bad, but in a good way. Well, they got the super bad part correct.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There was nothing good about this. movie.
No.
Yeah.
Literally.
Not in a good way at
Stopped
all.
eating my food that I was eating during the watching because it started freaking me out and getting me grossed out at certain parts.
Did everybody get sick to their stomach? I was a little ill after.
Yeah,
It's
the
a-
one girl's teeth. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was really
Oh,
gross.
God.
Everybody's
Oh, yeah. I was
mouthwear
like-
was really ill-fitting. Oh,
I'd like to know which asshole said, "Hey, let's make a fairy tale version of Suicide Squad with this $100 I just won on this scratch off."
It was at somebody's
close.
work. They filmed it at somebody's work over the weekend, or while nobody was there. Yeah, that's exactly
It
what
was
it was.
a corporate retreat.
Yeah, that's why they hung all that black plastic up to protect the walls so nothing would get on the walls.
Well,
And-
yeah, I
yeah.
know. Well, they're gonna
It
talk
was
all
like
about-
a bad Michael Scott production.
Yeah.
Yes.
Written, edited, and directed by Jeremy M. Inman. The trifecta of suckage, guys,
Oh,
right
wow.
there. Now you
Yes.
guys are talking about the makeup. I want to know what escort service did they use for this cast? Poontang actors? I mean, where
Yeah.
the hell did it get?
The escort service is gonna like sue you for defamation.
These are they're all hookers. They're all street hookers. They're
Oh,
part-
yuck.
So street hookers know how to do their makeup.
Oh,
Yeah.
It seems like at any moment it could have turned into a porn.
There were a bunch of moments.
It was Skinamax without the soft core.
Yeah, there was a bunch of moments, especially with the witch. The very first scene she was in, I was like, are they gonna take off their clothes? What are they doing here?
At the very end, when they're all like paired off, I was expecting just a gangbang to break out. Like,
Yes.
At least the Avengers Grimm, and I will mention Avengers Grimm is the prequel to this. This is actually a sequel to a film that Jeremy Inman did called Avengers Grimm. We flushed it last year on
oh my God.
episode,
Two of them?
yeah, episode 70. And that film actually had D-listers like Casper Van Dien and Lou Ferrigno roaming about it. All of these improv students, they just quit their job at Starbucks. Like, all these guys are just not very good actors.
Starbucks offers better health care benefits and probably
Or
more
dental care.
Well, definitely dental care. We'll mention that. The Asylum presents. Did anyone else feel a cold chill shoot up their spine when this title appeared on screen? You guys knew you were in.
My
right?
stomach dropped out of my.
I don't always give all the information out when I give these films. I just go.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly his neighborhood, Goldie. Goldilocks, played by Lindsay Sawyer, appears on screen caked out in 2-day-old hooker eyeshadow and bright yellow pants like she's appearing in a fairy tale version of a Ken Russell film right at the 30-second mark. Holy shit. Right
I had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, and anyone want to bet this back alley scene was shot without a film permit?
Oh, yeah,
most
sure.
likely, yeah.
Was
I think
any of this shot with the film?
No.
No, because they were at somebody's work. Somebody said, "Hey, boss, I need to borrow this at the warehouse. Is that okay?"
It was a corporate retreat somewhere.
It's a borrowed film. Borrowed location. Everything's borrowed in this movie. It's a borrowed production.
The one thing that really confused me was, didn't it start like you thought you missed something?
Well, she starts walking on top of that roof. You don't know what's going on. Like I said, you see the eyeshadow and the hot pants. It cut into a scene. It wasn't the beginning of a film.
Yeah.
I had to rewind this movie way too many times for what it was.
Yeah,
Because I was like, what did I miss?
Back home, this guy is the biggest of the big baddies. Holy shit. Pied Piper needs to pick a better peck of dialogue. Oh, shit. Let's try to get Pied Piper needs to pick a peck of better dialogue. Wow. That would have been funnier if I said it right the first time. But then again, the actors barely got through their line reading.
Oh my God. Pied Piper was terrible. He almost couldn't speak English or something.
He
It was
the
weird.
worst.
That guy just quit his job at Taco Bell to be in
Yeah,
Can I just say
seriously,
my
he was
favorite line of
weird.
the whole movie,
Hey,
though,
people
was...
at Taco Bell are very articulate. Thank you.
My favorite line of the whole movie is when he's fighting all those little death ninjas and he just yells, "Yo, mice!" And they all turn around oh my God, this is horrible.
At the beginning, they never specified if he was the Pied Piper or Peter Piper who pecked a peck.
Oh yeah, they just called him Piper.
Well,
I assumed the Pied Piper because he had something that looked like a flute later on.
Yeah, he had a dart.
So-
It was really his dildo.
Maybe.
Did you bring it? Rumpelstiltskin, played by Johnny Ray Diaz, shows up sporting gray makeup, hair, and yellow teeth like he just gave up his career as a bartender in a gay nightclub when the addiction to heroin became more than he can handle. Right?
Yeah, I said he's like a meth addict.
Oh my God.
He's like a half-dressed Joker cosplayer.
Yeah, literally.
This guy said this is what normal. This is what he looks like normally, I think. I think he just showed up and he threw a jacket on him.
I hope not. Those teeth were terrible.
Gross.
Oh my God. I thought he was a tweaker. I'm like, what is he supposed to be?
I don't remember any of these fairy tale characters ever looking this bad. Like Asylum film's bad. Like, I know they were all supposed to be scary in the actual novels, but not like this. Not like heroin scary.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like you were going to catch something watching this movie.
Yeah,
I know. I felt really gross.
Scary.
I felt really gross watching this movie.
Hey,
His
kid.
teeth, I couldn't stop staring at everybody's teeth.
Everybody's teeth are all fucked up in this movie.
Yes.
Aren't all Asylum movies though sponsored by Purell?
They should be.
Honestly, and the other thing was they couldn't find something to cover up half the cast's really bad acne.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I know. Everybody's got really awful makeup, and you can see every bump and.
It's
and
like 99-cent store makeup, and that one girl had it on her teeth the whole movie.
Oh my God, yes.
There's no makeup on these shoots. There's
Ew.
not. There's supposed to be a meeting. Rumpelstiltskin is meeting with Pied Piper because the magic mirror in the first film blew up, and there's bits of it scattered around greater LA. Go figure. Downtown LA. Go figure this, right? So he wants to get his mojo back, and he needs part of this mirror to do that. And
I thought he was going to snort it. I didn't see the first one. I thought he was going to snort the mirror. I was like, man, this guy is really bad.
How was he gonna snort it if he broke the mirror?
Yeah.
He's looking for
What
crap.
do we snort this magic coke off of?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's what he was
like,
looking
what?
for, a mirror to snort with the
Oh,
coke
he
off.
thinks
God.
it's a setup. It's a sting operation with Goldilocks and Piper. If you're following, because Alice is the ringleader we're going to talk about her right now. But first he says, you're lying. Junkie Rumple, that's how I call him, comes with his own set of annoying royalty fee sound effects that he will constantly out the running time. It's like he swallowed a Looney Tunes DVD.
That was so weird. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Every time he blinks his eyes or swipes his
like a boing. Yeah.
My God, it was real. I didn't understand the joke there. Like, I didn't get it.
And it did. It continued through the entire movie.
Oh, the entire film.
With the boings and the cuckoo and all this weird. Yeah. God, that was nuts.
They couldn't decide if they wanted it to be like a dark fairy tale or like a satire.
I think he sounds like a bunch of minions running around inside a porn shop. Holy shit. Yeah.
So that's what goes on in the back room of a video store.
You didn't know that. Minions are everywhere, dude. Drinking game, folks. Take a drink every time you hear one of the Junkie Rumple's obnoxious sound effects. Also, guys, pace yourself. I'm telling you right now. You're going to get fucked up. Really, in this first scene. If anybody makes it past the first scene, let us know. And they're still drinking. Something's happening. Yeah, hastily inserted a lightning shot that doesn't match the rest of the scene. 3-minute mark on that.
Oh my God.
Stock footage.
Oh, stock footage. Laptop stock footage.
Oh my God.
It was like
you had stock in stock footage. I mean, good Lord.
Did you think you can hide from him? Death, played by Nick Principe, and we're going to talk about this guy. I said he's the Rob Riggle of this film.
It reminded me of that Rob Riggle movie.
Yeah, I did.
I did.
I also said if Rob Riggle were a painfully unfunny jackass who couldn't act his way out of a colostomy bag, he shows up to the 3-minute, 30-second mark. He is a terrible death. He's the bouncer at the club where all these strippers work at.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. He's trying to be funny, but like he's not funny at all.
Oh
yeah. Death should be horrifying, not like a smarmy douche.
I said he looked like Vinnie Jones's stunt double, which would explain his smart acting.
He's like the stripper MC who actually wants the strippers to like him.
He's always throwing the party. Everyone, the place closes. Like, hey, we'll come over to my house. We'll go swimming.
He's the after.
Come on, guys.
It's Through the Looking Glass for you. I should do that in a shitty British accent, but here you go. Enter Alice, LA hooker number 2, sporting a way too short miniskirt and a terrible British accent.
And who even walks like that? I was like, who walks like this?
She must have picked up that accent watching BBC runs of Benny Hill. 4-minute mark. I'm not going to... maybe I'll have the Benny Hill thing. Who knows?
Well,
listening to Madonna, you know.
That played up, those sexy, angular British features.
I don't think she's actually British. I'm pretty sure she's not. And if she is, she does her own accent terribly. Maybe she should change her accent. I don't know. But we'll talk more about her. She's the ringleader. She is the, I forget what the complimentary character in Suicide Squad is. Who's run the show?
Amanda Waller.
All right, she's the Amanda Waller. Yeah, she's the but a white, lousy British accent Amanda Waller. We'll talk more about her. And this, I'm sorry, I said the card. This is where the title card comes up. Says written, edited, and directed by Jeremy. And how does this guy have carte blanche at Asylum? He can't write. He sure as hell can't edit.
Yeah, is there somebody like one of the executives just like, another great hit? Love these movies so much. Keep cranking them out. Like,
he's the Robert Rodriguez of Asylum films. He's just,
Or like, I wonder if like he maybe like has something on one of the guys. He's just like holding him at gunpoint, like, let me make a movie. Like, I'll do everything.
Oh, he's probably got some dirt.
Yeah, honestly, we could probably do a podcast just about like how to have a career at Asylum.
Oh my God.
We may do that. I don't understand how this guy is even at this level getting this kind of work. Because I understand the Asylum says, look, Suicide Squad's coming out. We need to do a quick ripoff of it just to get it out before Suicide Squad. I understand that. But can you at least try? Can you at least like run it through the printer one more time before you go out and shoot this stuff?
Oh my God.
From the people we've talked to, no. Right. They don't have any kind of savvy, like,
I know. I can't.
Strategy. I know we want to think that there's more like rhyme or reason to it, but no.
It's the first draft, hot off the printer, and let's go.
Yes. Hey, do you remember Blank Man?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, do you remember when they worked at a tabloid and they literally would like throw stuff at a dartboard?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The headline. That is what Asylum is.
Welcome to our newly arrived guest. This film is known as a one-location shoot, folks. The one location being an abandoned Kmart somewhere in the valley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else get claustrophobia from being cramped in this fucking warehouse for the entire film?
Oh my gosh, I want to talk about that. Just the angle of the camera. Oh my God.
Obviously, this is an abandoned location or somewhere. Maybe it's Asylum's warehouse for all their bullshit.
I think they borrowed Donald Trump's fog machine.
Basically are in one area, like 100 square foot area.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
Just
that.
keep rearranging
very
crates and chairs,
claustrophobic.
make it like a different
Stuff
room.
around, moving the camera around, but it's the same. They can't go too far. I guess they only had one floor at the warehouse. I don't understand.
Very claustrophobic.
Mad or not, you're quite real. And wearing a Robin Hood version of a Hannibal Lecter mask at the 5-minute mark. Let me say,
That was weird.
They capture Rumpelstiltskin because he's getting recruited to be Amanda Waller, in this case, Alice's this henchman.
But his hands were free. Why didn't he take the mask off?
I know.
Yeah.
They whipped the man.
He was the vegan Bane.
We're gonna with the win on that one. Nice.
I was gonna say that mask was made out of Play-Doh. Like,
It did.
So they wheel him in because now he's in the locations. It's called the Looking Glass compound. Haha, everybody get that right?
Yeah.
I wish that they wouldn't have quoted so much of the
there's a-
storybooks as they did. As somebody who really likes to read, it was very upsetting.
it's public domain. It's all free.
Absolutely.
Alice's first little monologue was like, "Oh, it's curiouser and curiouser. Shut up."
I know. I about threw up right there.
And Undies just did that accent a lot better than the actual.
I did. Oh my gosh.
Oh, woo. Let's just shoot these actors close up separately and cut them together. No one's ever going to notice. I
My
love
God,
seeing
yeah.
these scenes where the actors are just facing the camera. Nobody's there at the same time. And they just have to get pieces, as they go. And then they hope, and nobody ever thinks they're all together in the same room, but they're not. It's just terrible. Really bad, folks. We've had this issue come up numerous times in some of these other low-budget films. Tweedledee and Tweedledum resemble Mario and Luigi, sans the mustaches.
Oh,
6
yes.
minutes.
That was really weird. Yeah.
They were kind of bizarro choice in costumes. Was
I was just saying they look like Tim Heidecker from Tim and Eric Awesome Show. And
They
like,
did.
I wanted to see Dr. Steve rule.
Yeah, I feel like this whole movie was like an extended Tim and Eric sketch.
Yes.
Yeah, they were terrible too. And they're just two fat guys that look like Mario and Luigi.
They were the same guy, weren't they?
No, they're twins. I thought they were twins. Are they twins?
Oh, I thought it was the same guy. I thought the credits
Yeah.
said one name.
It could be the same guy.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
So at the
Okay.
end, when they're all like kind of like running, when they all come back to life, apparently, there's only
only
one of
one.
them. It's Tweedledee, not Tweedledum, who just died like 30 seconds
Oh,
earlier.
that's right. Yeah, because they didn't cut the other guy in. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Death's Messengers. I think you know them. Well, we all do, since it's the same actor wearing the same outfit over and over again for the entire time. Death has messengers, but Death appears in the body of the messengers, and it's the same actor, just given all the dialogue. So they haven't come back to life a lot of times. This is not making a lot of sense.
Oh, now
Oh,
it
is
makes
that what was
sense.
happening? I had no
I
idea
don't
what was
get
happening.
that.
It's so
Yeah, he
weird
was
how
coming up the body.
they try to be deep at some levels. Like the Ingmar Bergman film, they try to be deep.
I don't know if
And that was so weird.
it is very weird. Yeah, so it's the same actor doing it as
I
Messenger.
didn't understand that.
This is an asylum film, and you're being ridiculous. And you try to be Mel Brooks, and then you try to be Ingmar Bergman. This makes no sense.
Why does Mario D, I said it to Tweedledee. Why does Mario D close Junkie Rumpel's cell door again when it was already closed in the previous shot, 7 minute and 30-second mark? I don't know if any, they put him in these cells. It's really one. I think they built 2 cells, to be fair. 2 really shoddily built cells.
They built them shittily.
Yeah, they throw him in and close the door, and then they do another line, then they close the door again. So I don't know what point the door that cell door was actually closed on Rumpelstiltskin, but at some point he did get locked in there. Oh my God, guys, here we go. So now what happens is they have to recruit other guys. They got Rumpel in there, and I think the big bad wolf is already in there. We'll talk about him in a little bit to hang it.
My
But
gosh.
but they send Goldilocks. I know it's a Goldie. Yeah, they Goldilocks out to get somebody else. And here we go, guys. This is one of my favorites. How tough can he be? Blue Bear looks like a cross between Isaac from the Love Boat and a homeless version of Prince.
Oh my gosh,
God.
That's very
Yes.
8-minute mark. What is going on with this guy? This is Blue Bear? This is the best thing. Come
No,
on.
I thought he looked like a member of the Roots.
I thought he was
said
going to
to,
take off all his clothes.
While we were watching it, I said to Undies of Wondy, I said, he's straight out of a Key and Peele sketch. Like,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in the beginning.
Yes.
In the beginning of the movie, I think they forgot to spray paint his beard. So, like, it looks like they just used a light
Yeah, yeah,
over
the-
it.
Yes,
when
they did.
Yeah, like they just maybe like put like a digital blue like over
Yeah.
the bottom of his face.
I'm wondering where like Asylum stole that shitty pop track that's heard during the scene of this overly
Oh my
blue lit
God.
scene, because she has to go there and get him. His favorite weapon are knives, and apparently he calls them his wives, and they have powers and shit. We don't understand, but the guy literally is wearing a blue Prince coat. He was in a Prince outfit, and then I guess at one point his beard is blue, which doesn't make. He's an African American. He's Isaac from the Love Boat, pretty
I still think he looks like Questlove.
much.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And also, why is Goldie at this point dressed like an escort? Oh, that's right. Poontang actors. She has to go to her other job after she's finished shooting this scene. Exactly. I keep having to correct myself and wondering why they're dressed all scantily, because they have other jobs. These bitches got shit to do.
Bills to pay.
Multitasking.
You think they all got paid in ones?
I feel like all the
Oh my God.
the audition listings were all put up on Craigslist.
Oh my God. No, I thought they were all friends. Like they all knew each other. And so it's like, hey, I'm making a movie. Come on over to the warehouse this weekend.
I think it's where the asylum executives go to the strip club and then they just hire from there. Like they're in the strip club and they're like, well, you look good. You look good. Show up on Tuesday. We're going to shoot a whole
The director's brother-in-law is one of the guys. Like,
It's probably like a bachelor party at asylum and they all went to one place. Like,
Okay, no, all these guys were like, doing the student film, and then they went over to the Cinemax lot to pay the bills, and then they did this.
You must be special. Why is he speaking in hushed whispers like he's in a Jermaine Jackson cover band?
Yeah, that was weird.
He is. He's talking all hush. I had to turn up my volume. I didn't know what the fuck he was saying. Kept talking about his wives and his knives. What the hell is he talking? So anyway, she gets him. She ends up. What does she do? She poisons him or something.
Yeah,
And-
she poked him with the knife that apparently had a poison on the tip.
Now we got him. Got him in that shitty jail. So, all right, bring them in. What was the point of this Guardians of the Galaxy roll call scene when everyone there already knows them at the 9-minute and 30-second mark? You notice they have to bring them into that room with the height sign?
Yeah.
They all have to introduce the
Yeah,
character.
that was weird. I had no idea why they were doing that.
Just none of this
Weird.
makes sense
Right.
at all.
We've already
No.
got these characters, though. I don't understand why you have to have a repeat. And they know who they are. So who are they talking to?
I don't know, but the more they introduced themselves to me, the more upset I got.
I know.
Because I was like, oh my God, I don't care. Shut up.
The Big Bad Wolf. The wolf seems to be sporting Thomas Jane's Bukkake do hair.
Oh, yeah.
God.
Mhm.
What is wrong with
That was a mess.
Yes,
His whole
it-
getup
I
was a
can't.
mess.
I could not.
He was drooling through half the movie and everything because of those crazy teeth.
He was drooling because he had those shitty plastic.
Yeah, those crazy teeth.
The Sabretooth. It was the worst Sabretooth cosplay I have ever seen. in my entire-
Terrible.
It's like Liv Schreiber's Sabretooth after a 3-day bender.
Oh my God. That was a mess.
Sabretooth and Lindsay Lohan had a baby.
Hand night right
we
there.
really wanted to bang Goldilocks. So.
Let's talk a little bit more about him. But he's just this big Thomas Jane looking dude. He's got the bukkake do we mentioned before, and he's got these awful Halloween store teeth jammed in the lower part of his mouth. And like Dee Dee said, I guess she knows he was drooling.
Yeah, through the whole movie, and they were a little crooked. They weren't straight on. Like
Actually,
they
know
were a
what it
little
reminded
off.
me of? Remember the 1980s series with Beauty and the Beast?
Yes, with what's his name?
Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
Yes. It reminded me like if he had a one night stand at the tavern one.
Oh
And
my
this
God.
guy showed up 20 years later. Yeah, exactly.
And he was all sweaty too the whole
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, we'll talk. Yeah, I know. If we were to beat these messengers, sooner or later we'll need some monsters of our own. I'm not going to do the accent. Alice is of course, Amanda Waller of this film, and by Amanda Waller, we're talking about Suicide Squad, which you should be watching this weekend instead of this disaster. So I hope the hell you guys are at the theater right now and not listening to this. Come back after you've seen Suicide Squad. Whoa.
Seriously, I would rather watch Batman vs Superman than
So
watch
much,
this movie.
so much of the
Yes,
stuff
thank
in this was ripped off from like
Right.
either DC or Marvel
Point.
films. When she puts those watches on the obviously Joker Rumpelstiltskin, that's literally ripped from Assault on Arkham. As Amanda
DC
Waller says that
animated
she's gonna
movie.
like blow them up
Oh,
if
I
they
didn't
don't do what she
that.
says.
Oh, wow.
That's quickly ripped from it. Look at Wendy. We're going deep on that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go nerd deep.
nerd deep.
Yeah, you never go full nerd.
Deep cut.
Careful, Piper. We're here to catch a witch. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who knew the generic witch, and I put that in quotes in question, would turn out to be a slightly taller version of that devil doll from Trilogy of Terror? 13 and 30 seconds. And we'll have a
Shitty terror doll.
yeah, we'll have a picture up on the on the blog page on that. She looks exactly like that devil doll. In fact, I'll send it to you guys now while we're sitting here. Somebody make a funny comment while I send this photo.
It's just like Aubrey Palazzo with like
No.
piranha teeth. Like,
All right, here it is.
That
Oh
was
my God,
gross.
it does look like that.
Now, am I right or what? Everybody look at-
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
She looks exactly like that.
Yow.
Oh, creepy. My love, you're here. Devil Doll Witch is played by Fiona Rennie. I invited her on the show. She did not respond. No surprise there.
I would have had so many questions.
She also keeps moving around like an experimental dancer off her Parkinson's medication. What is
She was so weird too.
Kim Kardashian on her period?
This is where I thought it was going to become a porn, like right here. My note says it felt like a creepy porn with the dialogue. The dialogue was really scary.
Now, to be fair, though, I say at least her performance here is 100%. Now, it's 100% in the wrong direction.
I was going to say, she went all in on this. Like,
She was like a cleaning lady that just went nuts one day and just run around the house.
No idea. She was another one who was on meth. Her and Rumpelstiltskin both like completely off their rockers.
They probably had a neck collar on.
Well, hey, if they did it in 2 weeks, I mean,
put her in one of those neck collars, you know, like when they come to pick up rabid animals and they just turn her loose and then reel her back in and trank her. They probably tranked her after she was done for the day. The witch is done, Marty. Trank her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Cannibal Witch. She's in love with death, just like Thanos in the upcoming Infinity War films, only with more and no Infinity Gauntlet. Sorry. So there's my nerd cred. I went full nerd on that one. Sorry.
No, I got it.
Okay. All right. You just want to back me up on it? Okay.
I don't want to draw focus away on a decent film or decent mythology.
I was gonna say I'll go full nerd and noticed. I noticed that the White Rabbit bobblehead that Alice kept referring to for some reason was just a Cesar Romero Joker.
Oh my god, what was with the bobblehead? That was so weird.
Is that what that is though?
It's
it kept changing like form.
I didn't know it was a Caesar. Okay, very good. Oh, you did go full nerd on that. Well, yeah, I didn't really mention that in the notes.
You could even see the pinstripes on his pants.
Yeah, they painted like the jacket, but not the pants.
But it was like a breast cancer awareness month bobblehead. That's right.
Well,
Cesar Romero says, "Get your boobs checked in October."
Well, and if he does it, you better do it.
Yeah, well, that's why he's smiling so much.
Yeah. Wow. A lot of mileage out of that little guy.
Ooh,
Pick this up from one of their nasty little rituals. Weapons Vault looks about as secure as the back room of the 7-Eleven, the 17-minute mark. So they have this vault where they have all these weapons.
Hey, Brett Butler told us that 7-Elevens are not what you think they are.
There you go. Part of the magic mirror is in a vial in that weapons vault, and so is the scythe, because basically Death wants his scythe back. There's this really shitty-looking Home Depot scythe, and it's
Weapons Vault is being very generous to what this was. There were like yard tools hanging on the wall, and that's like what it was.
Oh, we forgot about this plot, though.
I was gonna say, the scythe was like a steak knife taped to a garden weasel.
Yeah, I mean, really, this was like they went to Home Depot and picked up the.
That happened.
Well, you know what it was like? It was like when Bill and Ted went to that hardware store.
Yeah, exactly. Part of the magic mirror is in there, and Death needs a scythe, and so all this stuff is at this looking glass in this really shitty location. Where is she? How did this happen? Why don't you check your box TV security monitors? She can't be too hard to find since she's lumbering around like she's appearing in a Grudge sequel at the 21-minute mark. The witch escapes immediately and starts raising hell throughout the complex. The complex, of course, as we talked about, is not really that big to begin with. You should be able to immediately find her, but we got all these box TV security monitors. I guess they're still very high-tech facility. I hope the actual Amanda Waller has a better setup for the Suicide Squad than we're seeing here, because it's not looking too good, guys. You need to seek a mint. That may actually be the film. I
wondered why she was so desperate for a man.
Well, that's not a man. It's Death, right?
I don't know, but she just like...
Yeah,
I don't know. She wants him, but why is she so desperate to have a guy?
The witch wants to help Death get his scythe back, because Death's ultimate plot, as we're going along here, is to leave the underworld and raise hell in our realm. That's why he wants to get out. So he needs, unfortunately, this cracked out witch who's running around like a mad cleaning lady.
Crazy person.
Yeah, we don't. All right. Jesus. Stay sharp. We don't know how many of them there are. Actually, we only have about 4 extras who showed up on the day of shooting, so we're just going to keep cutting around them and make it seem like there's 50. No one's ever going to notice. 26-minute mark. There's only about 4, maybe 6.
Yeah.
6 of them. I'll be fair.
Actually, I did notice that. There's probably only about like 4 to 6 cast members.
Yeah, I know. Because then she said something about like, did we get them all, or we haven't gotten them all? And I'm like, yeah, you did.
This is basically like cosplay in somebody's basement.
Sinister Squad, go. Got to catch them all.
Yeah, but there's only 6. That's
the same.
Catch them all in 2 minutes.
It's a very quick game, Dee Dee.
And then you can delete the
app. Yeah, then you can delete the app and get on with your life, right? Let's have a threesome. Big Bad Wolf breaks out of his holding cell with all of the effort it would take to kick open a screen door around the 27-minute mark. He just like pushed the cell door over. It just fell over.
I know.
Somebody could have done that. I mean, oh my God, guys. He didn't even make it look. He didn't even sell it. You guys, if you're an actor and you're listening, you're supposed to sell it. At least put a little effort into that before you just push it over. But the prop guy was probably like, look, we only have one of these. And if you fuck it up, we can't afford another one. So just be gentle.
Oh my
Be gentle.
God.
I think the prop guy just cared that he got a check at the end of the day.
I think he got paid in vodka and probably a lap dance from one of these actresses. I think
He didn't get paid enough.
No.
if you try to leave, I'll kill you. If you try to remove it, I'll kill you. Uh-oh. Dialogue gems like this one seem to be, guys, directly lifted from the Suicide Squad trailer, which would surprise me in the least considering the amount of writing talent that's on display here at the 28-minute mark. Mr. Inman, I'm talking.
I mean that maybe like Suicide Squad took it from them.
Oh, now we're getting all twisty. So what are you, Morpheus all of a sudden? You like the cinematic Morpheus? You want the blue pill?
Hey, yes. The lead character's name is Alice.
Junkie Rumple gets the Snake Plissken treatment by having an explosive device attached to his wrist. It looks like it was purchased from a steampunk website. But you guys said, well, that is true. But it was actually from an actual comic, right? Arkham, some bullshit. Undies?
The DC animated movie, Assault on Arkham.
I don't mean to put you to sleep during the show, but stay with us.
No, but but leave it to Asylum to make something that's like legitimate look cheap.
Hello.
Oh, by the way, I have had feedback who have told us to leave Asylum alone.
Oh,
leave
like,
us alone.
We did because we love.
We beating up on Asylum.
It's probably people who work for Asylum.
It probably is. If you want to check
It's not, though. It's not. That's what's scary.
No, not leave it Asylum. Because, we're tired of seeing this bullshit. Every year I got to go through this since I've been doing the show is putting up with these. Knock it off, guys. At least make an effort. If you made an effort, I wouldn't care as much. There's no effort here at all.
But the thing is, like, there are fans of Asylum who take it more seriously than the people who work for Asylum.
Right. They don't even. That's just money to them, guys. It's just money talked about.
How can you be a fan of this, though? Like, who's sitting there watching this going,
There's
that
nothing
really
good about it.
That's right. No.
Oh my God. I sit there asking why. Why would someone do that? Why did they do this? Why are they doing this?
There are people who are actually, like, offended.
What?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
That's funny.
There are people.
I'm offended as a lover of actual movies.
Who are like, leave them alone.
Yeah, we're offended, okay, by you guys making this bullshit. So,
Yeah, this is garbage. Honestly, this is such garbage.
It's just like, how are you not watching this with a sense of humor?
Exactly. You gotta have a sense of humor. All right, let's keep going. Hello. Oh, here we go, guys. The Queen of Hearts shows up.
Oh, I thought it was a man.
29 minutes.
I was like, that's a man in drag. Seriously, I thought it was a man.
No, I have something to send you guys.
All right. She's caked out in red sparkle eyebrows, mile-long eyelashes, and cracking gum. Like she just got off her day shift at the strip club and is ready, camera ready, basically.
For the non-comic book people, this was supposed to be Harley Quinn.
Oh, is this Harley Quinn? Really?
Oh, is that
Yes.
who this was?
Okay. Her and Goldilocks were sharing Harley Quinn duties.
Really? Oh, her and Gold. All right, geez.
But she had the accent.
Junkie Rumple looks like someone punched him in the eye just before they started shooting this scene. It was probably the director at 30-minute mark. What do we got? Picture time? Ew. Now, where's this from?
This is from Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. That's what Mercutio.
Oh.
Harold
I was just going to say that. Mercutio.
The whole time. And no offense to this woman. That's all I could think of the whole time.
For her to break out and I Will Survive or whatever.
Baz Luhrmann, Romeo and Juliet.
I think you're absolutely right. Let me have that up on the site. That's horrific. That's exactly what she looks like. But man, she looks absolutely terrible. This woman looks terrible.
Oh my God. Yeah, I thought it was a guy.
What were her eyebrows?
A very attractive woman.
When we found you, you were eating zoo animals for food. I should mention, before we get to this, that the Junkie Rumple, he's got the watch on him because Amanda Waller Alice puts the explosive device. But he has to now put a watch on the Queen of Hearts because they need the Queen of Hearts because she has influence over men. So, and they need influence over, who else she needs to influence? Some other fucking guy. So he has to convince her to wear the watch, and they're old lovers, and that's the scene we're talking about. And it could be two guys. We don't know who the hell this woman is. I didn't think it was a woman, but so that's that scene. But
it just evolves into an episode of RuPaul's Drag Race.
There's a lot of drag race going on. When we found you, you were eating zoo animals for food. There we are, back to this. Now, Big Bad Wolf keeps growling like a royalty-free lion sound effect every time he's on camera. Either that or...
And drooling.
Yeah, you're drooling, and either that or get at the craft services table, and now it's a stomach virus at the 31-minute mark. And he's also kind of like, somebody said he's constantly breathing heavy, like he just finished an intense CrossFit class. I mean, he's not doing...
Full nerd again. He was the Hulk, in case you didn't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Goldilocks then becomes Black Widow in the Avengers films later.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Deep nerd on this. You never go full nerd, folks. But in this case, I guess we had to understand
We're
what the hell.
both sterile, so we're going to get together.
Oh, my God.
You know, last time they actually had a Hulk in the last movie. In the Avengers Grimm, they had Lou Ferrigno. So it was a metallic Hulk, but they had a Hulk. They couldn't even afford that this time. They couldn't even afford to get Casper Van Dien and Lou Ferrigno. You know your movie sucks when you can't get D-listers.
Do you know how many Comic-Cons I've seen Lou Ferrigno at over the years?
Do you know how many Comic-Cons we've done with Casper Van Dien?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, Casper Van Dien is still kind of the shit.
No, well. But Lou Ferrigno, I've seen a comment, like you guys mentioned, the Comic-Cons. He's always sitting by himself. Nobody's talking to him.
Aw,
Casper Van Dien, too.
He's still relevant.
I can vouch for the only person I've ever seen talk to Lou Ferrigno, Margot Kidder. I shit you not.
Oh, shut up. I want
She was hitting up for bar tab money. Lou, you got $20?
God, you're so
Oh,
cynical.
jeez.
That could be kind of a beautiful moment.
You gotta have some royalty money, Lou.
Like when she goes, hey, Superman, it's Lois Lane.
This is your last one. Because basically what happens is Rumpelstiltskin has to explain his kind of master plan, right? Is that what he's supposed to be doing at this point? And
I have no idea. I'm so lost at this point. I have no idea what anybody's
There's
doing.
so much plot going on here.
Honestly, I really expected at this point to him, like, he was going to announce, like, sharks with laser beams.
Yeah, I had no idea what the story was, like, at this point.
No, he's talking about Death, and Death needs him because he needs his body because he has his powers. We'll talk about that as we go. We're getting there. This is your last warning. It was indeed, and now we're forced to watch lame snippets of action beats as the Craptacular Squad takes out the same messengers over and over again.
No.
But all the bad lighting and effects smoke a $500 budget can buy. 39-minute mark, folks. If you want.
This is about where I was telling John, I said, oh my gosh, it's got to be almost over by now, right? Because it felt like I had been watching forever. I'm like, see how much time is left? Yeah. 38 minutes. I'm like,
oh my God, I swear.
Literally, I thought the movie was ending. I thought that was the end, the big finale.
Didi, I just mentioned
the same thing at the same point.
Yes.
Yes.
Didi, that happens at the 39-minute mark.
Okay. So yeah, 38 minutes was when I stopped. I was like, what?
This is actually the only.
Didi and I have done this with different movies at the same point where we go, we pause it to see where it is.
This is
actually
like, right.
Oh my gosh.
I can't do anymore. I'm like, I got to watch the rest. So I watched the rest of it this morning because I started it last night and I was like, I can't do anymore.
Or you try to finish it on your phone because it's like so much more bearable on a small screen.
On the small screen.
And this is the only action scene in the film we're talking about. We're getting there.
It doesn't matter what scene it is. We just want it to be over.
Oh my God.
And it's the line that says, be careful. I'll tear this whole place down. Judging by most of the interior of that abandoned Kmart, you could fart and the whole place would collapse. Like, I don't think that's going to be much of a problem. They must have all had tetanus shots. Because there must have been like rust everywhere. I swear to God, and rats.
I feel like I need a tetanus shot.
Yeah, we did. It's so grungy, isn't it? So grungy.
Gross,
I've seen some really grungy films since we've been doing the show. This is one of the worst offenders. And a lot of these women, unfortunately, are dressed in high heels and mini skirts. I wouldn't have touched anything in there. That's so gross, guys. Bring me the Hatter. Well. Now we know who runs the DJ booth at the strip club.
Arguably my favorite part of the whole
All
show.
of the actors arrive, 45-minute mark. As one said in the great comedy Major League, look at this fucking guy.
He was a tweaker too.
This is what Matthew McConaughey would have looked like after he dropped acid and face planted in a bucket of glitter.
Shit.
What the fuck is he doing? Is this guy even acting at this point, or was he just like a homeless man?
I think he just showed up really high.
I think he was just
he was totally like wasted. Honestly, he was just such a tweaker. Yeah,
he's a homeless man who was just living in this Kmart.
And they're like, hey,
they put a hat on him.
That's throw a hat on him. This guy, I don't even know what he's supposed to be the Mad Hatter.
He had the hat with the piercings
and the glitter all over his face.
The guy is a walking.
The beard glitter was my A+.
Like a magical elf, like jacked off on his face with all that fucking glitter.
And all he did was sleep. Like he passed out in the cell and then he just slept.
He actually wakes up at the end, and I was like, he was there the whole fucking time.
This guy was so out of it. He must have been tanked.
No, he looked like a throwaway character from Family Guy or something.
But they need the Mad Hatter because Alice says, Hatter, I need you to take a little trip for me, love. I think he's already had a few trips too many.
That's his problem.
So basically, they need him to go into like the visual trip into the underworld to find out what's going on. Just bear with me, folks. Good stuff. You mean that cheesy laptop created CGI shot of the underworld around the 50-minute mark?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's not what I would call it. That's what the trip he has. But the guy
looked like a Windows screensaver.
a Windows 5.
It looked like the end of the last Fantastic Four movie.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna give
The Windows screensaver thing is so accurate though. I expected it to like all of a sudden turn into a brick wall, and then like you turn around, like go the other way.
Or have text scrolling across the screen.
Yeah.
C-Mart with the win on that, but yeah, the screensaver works too. But yeah, it's horrific. And we see it at the end, unfortunately. Off with your head. Hey, comes and there's this Undies likes this one. Comes as no surprise. We'd also have to be irritated by having fairy tale lines of dialogue added to this dreadful script.
Oh my god.
That's ripped off.
So like Alice Through the Looking Glass, as designed by Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie, like a drunk Guy Ritchie, like a really.
Oh my god.
How secure is this looking glass location when you can clearly see the local traffic passing by through the glass doors behind the Queen of Hearts at the 54-minute mark?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, remember the location that Kmart, like the doors behind them? There's traffic.
People look in the windows, taking
Oh,
pictures.
jeez, I didn't even notice that. I'll have to go back and when 50 minutes, I'll have to go back and see that.
No, don't go back, Dee.
It's supposed to be a secure military location, obviously. Yeah, just cars driving by. Sorry.
That is funny.
I just realized what Rumpelstiltskin's teeth remind me of. Ketchup chips.
Yes.
I almost spit out beer.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his actual teeth. I hope not. But
I hope that was just fake. Yeah.
We
The
got
same
these
person who made the
10%
witch's teeth and the wolf's crappy mouthpiece probably gave him some icky
Or like Austin
hillbilly
Powers.
teeth that you buy in the vending machine.
Yeah, it was a sale at Spirit Halloween, you know?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, exactly. She's in the armory. No. She's in a shitty storage closet. The location scout found when they toured this abandoned Kmart. And we talked about, it's the back of the 7-Eleven. We're going to be back to that.
It does seem like a leftover set from Dawn of the Dead, when they were in the shopping mall.
What do you want? Spit it out. And do it quickly, Death, because your terrible acting is killing us at the hour mark. Alice was going to sell out Rumpelstiltskin to Death, and Death needs Rumpelstiltskin because I guess he needs his body because his powers that he has, he needs his powers to stay on Earth or whatever. They have to have a little tête-à-tête back and forth in this little negotiation scene. And he says, I will keep coming and coming and coming.
That's what she said.
I wondered how Death and his messengers always died.
Well,
Like he's Death. Aren't they dead anyway?
Yeah,
The whole thing didn't make any
You're
sense.
starting to ask way too many questions, Stevie.
I know. And then why does he need a body? He's Death.
I
Like,
don't understand why he couldn't just show up. You're right. I don't understand.
yeah, I mean, he's like supposed to be super powerful. Instead,
Well,
he's like
isn't that
cheese
what
bag.
everybody did? Just show up.
And probably not on time either. They probably just whenever they got off their shift at the strip club,
Oh.
rolled on down. Don't you know Death always catches up to you? It actually can't catch up fast enough after watching this film. I guess that's what I was getting really irritated by this point. Gelda, please. The Red Queen keeps pouring bits of the magic mirror out of that vial like she's dumping.
He was spitting. Did you notice when he was talking to her? He kept spitting all over her.
Looks like he was, Junkie Rumple's last
Oh my
like crack
God.
at the hour and 6 minute mark. He sends the Red Queen into the vault. We'll talk like we mentioned the back of the 7-Eleven to get the vial, and she does, and then she's. Because they have this back and forth that she needs her and she needs him. He ends up killing her, right? He does stab her to death.
Also,
Yeah.
We talked about Ms. Rat Queen's makeup before, but can we talk about how much it changed?
Oh,
from
does
Take
it?
the Take?
Oh, take the take? Really?
Yes.
Oh my.
Is it just me? Or like her eyes and her teeth? It changed from take to take.
Who was this, Alice?
No. The Red Queen, the Queen of Hearts.
Oh, her. Okay, no. We noticed
No,
Alice.
not Queen of Hearts. The one with the rat teeth and the eyes.
Oh,
The witch?
Yeah, the
The
witch.
makeup was very
Devil doll. The
inconsistent.
Devil doll.
It changed literally from take to
Yeah,
take.
the Devil doll. She's
Especially toward the end.
Alice changes lipsticks halfway through the movie.
Yes, I know.
Yes, it was more orange at the end.
Was it really? Oh, Christ.
Yeah, it was more orange at the end.
Undies, when you're giving that many blowjobs during the shoot, you're gonna have to. Your makeup's gonna come off. Your lipstick's gonna
That's
come off.
true. That's true.
You got and maybe.
Well, then she did a
It was the
very good job.
multitasking.
She distracted them from actually on camera consistency.
Wow.
Well, I've only got orange left. Nobody's going to notice. And I guess everybody was satisfied. Nobody did. Sick 'em. Is that line the equivalent of Hulk smash for this film? Because doesn't Goldie say sick 'em, right? She finally turns the wolf loose. And I guess that was the Hulk smash line of this film. All right.
Yeah. But did you notice that these special effects were like MacGruber? Like, I've never seen like half of the screen blow up while the other half of the screen stays perfectly placid.
Fine.
The ass end of Goldie's yellow hot pants are covered in dirt around the hour and 8 minute mark. Hey, another great job by the Asylum Wardrobe team. Nice going, guys.
Continuity.
Yeah,
the Oscar for continuity goes to this film.
She probably sat down on something in that warehouse that she shouldn't have and turned her ass is covered.
Yeah, anything in that warehouse.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Or she had a bout of dysentery, one or the other. I don't know. Eating the craft services.
SRC Squad.
Craft services were all like Subway sandwiches.
Ew.
The CGI knife throw around the hour and 10 minute mark. It would have been cool if Junkie Rumple didn't scream like Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element and ruin the shot. Now the Boober throws the knife and it comes, and all of a sudden he goes, ah! It's like a perfectly good FX shot. You totally ruined it. Nice going, Junkie Rumple. What was the point in building that ramshackle holding cell so that you can easily escape by climbing out of a nearly open top? Did anybody notice that? You can just climb over the top of it?
Yeah, they were like freestanding little boxes with bars. I know, it was weird.
There's no roof on them. You could have just climbed over. Oh, shit. Well, let me catch up to speed. This whole film is catching the characters and the bored audience up to speed on this nonsense. We're constantly the film has to stop and we have to explain exposition. Then we go for 2 seconds and we got to stop, do the same thing. Like, guys, like you have to write better than this. You cannot just have exposition dumps every 2 minutes. We're confused. All of us are confused.
I was so confused. I had no idea why anybody was doing anything.
Yeah.
I can't. Wolf does his best Lou Ferrigno acting around the hour and 14 minute mark. Hell, we'll even throw a green gel on him to seal the deal. Did you guys know?
Oh my God, when he literally just goes, I can't, then he goes, ah! And runs.
He hulks out, but he's got a green gel on him. They actually turned him green for that shot. Oh, wow.
Oh my.
But don't you think that like way too much suspense was put on, Vegan Bane getting his like mask taken off?
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
That scene was very Avengers too, because there's a whole scene in the first Avengers movie where the Hulk goes crazy and like he chases Black Widow down. She's like hiding from him.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Let's say there's the Goldilocks and the Wolf relationship. It's kind of the Beauty and the Beast type thing. Like they both like each other. It's kind of weird. She kisses him, I think, but
she does, and then she slapped him.
Oh no, it's right here. It's coming.
Yeah.
We good, as Will Smith would say. How was she able to kiss him with those god-awful Halloween store fangs?
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I thought she was gonna get stabbed. I was like, shit, this girl's gonna die.
Yeah, that was weird. I thought she was gonna end up with the teeth in her mouth.
Yes.
Transfer of the prop teeth.
That would have been a better scene. You're right. She has to kiss him to calm him down, like as you would kiss Hulk. I guess is the Hulk Black Widow relationship here. Boy, that holding cell door just fell right out when the wolf leaned against it. Perhaps Alice should spend more time properly constructing her compound and less time on that shitty British accent or that change in lipstick.
I was just going to say, or the lipstick that doesn't match anyway.
Goldie, it's time. Goldie was actually late hitting her mark when Isaac threw a CGI knife at her. Great blocking, guys. Hour and 18 minute mark. I don't know if anybody noticed that. This is what happens when you try to do CGI effect shots and blocking at the same time. And Goldie here blows the shot, but they kept it. Fuck it. Deal. Junkie Rumple and the Devil Doll Witch explode together. Splode in one of the finest Wile E. Coyote explosions that a $500
It was a
budget can
MacGruber
buy.
explosion.
It is. Oh, yeah, it's a MacGruber. I'm sorry, it's a MacGruber. So hour and 22 minute mark. If you just want to zip to that, folks, boy, that was awesome. Rumple figures out a deal.
That whole deal was so good. I don't know who's double crossing who.
I know. I didn't know what was going on. That's what my note at this point is. Why is all this happening?
Because in order to stop Death from coming, because the witch and Death have made their plan, and Death's coming to Earth. So Rumpelstiltskin decides to stop him, but he makes a deal. So when they blow up together, the Rumple would take over the Underworld, and Death
and that's
gone.
the thing. Like it started to get real, like existential.
I know.
Really?
Really?
Asylum? Really?
Why is Alice slow-mo walking towards us with that creepy smile on her face?
That was weird. What was with that shot?
Is she possessed or just happy she was finished shooting?
You know what? I couldn't get that either. I'm like,
what's going on with her with that shot? I don't understand what that shot was.
Because
the weird
remember,
elevator
they
music?
talked
I thought
about
she was possessed.
They talked about transferring bodies.
Undies, we forgot to
But they
mention.
never really clarified how that ended up. Like,
no, they didn't do that. But I'm gonna mention. Undies mentioned the elevator music, which happened a lot in this film. There was that weird elevator music. They kept coming back around, and during this ends where she's walking slow mo, like it's an American Horror Story.
That's pretty bad when you are comparing something. Well, American Horror. I'm thinking of
American Horror Story, right? Am I right on that one? Yeah.
I'm thinking of American Psycho.
Oh no, not that. No, don't. That was last week. Don't do it. Rumpelstiltskin, I presume. We're just gonna have a Junkie Rumple. Damn it. Hey, wow. ADR the shit out of this scene since he was probably mainlining H when it came time to shoot it. Hour and 25 minutes. Because then there's the guy, right? But it's Nick Principe, it's Death, who's in that outfit at the end, but it's Junkie Rumple's dialogue coming through his mouth. I don't understand because they made a deal that he would stay in the underworld and what's her name, Alice, would keep a watch on stuff on Earth. Okay,
and they were gonna like trade bodies or something.
Well, they did that. And then she says, "Better the devil than you know." Then,
right?
Boy, ain't that the truth?
Oh, I didn't get that.
They didn't get
that? Bodies?
No, they did not switch bodies.
Well, no,
okay.
That's God, and he took over.
A deal that they made.
Oh, okay. Now I know what you're saying.
Oh, okay. Like I'm gonna give you this if we can switch bodies.
I hope you don't have this much trouble watching Suicide Squad, Undies.
Oh my God, no! I just got so confused. I thought you were saying that Alice and Rumple managed to switch bodies. I was like, what the fuck?
No.
That's actually was implied though with the slow mo walk of her towards the camera with the elevator music.
Right.
That's implied that he was in her body. That's where
because Rumple and somebody else talked about switching bodies.
Right.
Shit,
and then there was a big explosion, and so it kind of was implied that actually one of them ended up going into Alice's body.
Right, exactly. Okay, so there we go.
I can't believe we even care this much about it.
Oh, I know. I was so lost at that point. I was like, well, I too thought that Alice had been body snatched.
I know, and I was like, but what does it matter?
Film ends with a shot of Junkie Rumple belching out a fireball after kissing the Queen of Hearts in the afterlife, or the Underworld, I'm sorry. I am also belching out a fireball over this film, but it's not coming out of my mouth.
Exactly.
That's why it's the restroom, right?
Well, we tied all into the theming, but Jesus Christ, guys.
This was a rough one.
This was a rough one.
This was terrible.
I told you.
This was, and it's funny, when I wrote my top notes, I always write the name and who rated it, so I have reference. But then when I wrote stars, I put ... or colon, and then afterward I wrote no one worth mentioning.
You know it's bad when there is no trivia for this.
No.
On IMDb.
Right.
And the first comment was, why do they even have an asylum category for reviewing movies?
I know, I saw that. I was cracking up.
I know.
But then the second comment was how great the movie was.
Yeah.
And, and that I'm sure was written by somebody who was in the movie. You know what bugged me the most about this movie was, if we're talking superhero movies they're big, right? You see the town, you see the city that's getting saved, they're saving the world, and there's millions of people that are being saved by them. When you think of like superhero movies, they're big. And this movie was shot on such extreme close-ups of everybody's head and shoulders that the universe of this movie felt tiny, so tiny. So it just felt so not a superhero movie at all. Like, so not like what it was supposed to be, a parody or whatever of.
Well, okay.
It was so small. All we saw was everybody's head and shoulders the whole movie.
I was gonna say, one of the reviews that I read was like, they could have had fun with this, but they didn't.
No, that's not
no
fun here. If it was fun bad, I'm fine with it. But it's not fun bad. It's just a miserable film.
Okay, it's like when a kid writes an essay and it's not long enough, so they just keep writing.
Fill it in with very, 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 very much. Yeah.
Yes.
I think Mad Hatter was fun.
Okay.
I would give him an award for acting and using the same facial expressions as Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Is he in jail?
Yes.
Oh my God.
He also
passes out.
some weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. All right, so there you go. That is Sinister Squad, not Suicide Squad for this week. We took it out. We played with it a lot longer than we should have. Can we flush it, ladies and gentlemen? Can we please flush it?
Take it out back and put it out of its misery.
Yeah, stick it in the
Like Old Yeller, just like to stop.
There you go.
I'll do it. It's my movie.
There you go. Consider flush. That is it for this week. I want to thank my lovely co-cinematic flushers, Midwest Movie Mode, Colleen Griffin, and Dee Dee Moreau from the More Brains podcast. Thanks, ladies. Great job as always. Thank our extended co-flushers this time out, Brotherhood of Evil Geeks, C-Mart and Undies of Wondy. Great Undies of Wondy, I should say. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Take this. Now, it's a big question. Yeah. Go to evilgeeks.com. Also, their podcast is called Transmissions from the Evil Lair. Make sure you check them out and subscribe to them, folks. Hashtag Potter Family. You guys should be clued with them. They got some fun stuff going on over there. So we thank you, C-Mart and Undies, for doing. Hopefully you'll be back again. Hopefully we haven't killed you.
Good time with you guys.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Movie.
And we're going to be back next week to torture you with something else. Until then, say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Nora Crest, and I want to thank you for listening this week and every week as we flush these turds down our cinematic bowl here in the restroom. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play Music so you don't miss a single episode. You can also follow us on Twitter and use hashtag PatternFamily, or like us on Facebook, circle us up on Google+, and check out all of our episodes at our home restroom on the net, signalsoffury.com. Until next time, remember, we're here to flush it so you don't have to see it. I'm Nora Crest, and this has been the award-winning Soiled Restroom Cinema.